Sterling does very well to just get a hand on that.
Oh, he had to react pretty quickly to that, didn't he? It was an awkward-looking shot from the batter, Ridoy. Seemed to have been a little cramped for space. Managed to get it down the leg side, and good reflexes from the big man.
And holding the slip in place, in highlighting that there is turn and bounce. Very difficult for this man not to get bounce. Shakib can afford to be a little bit watchful here. There's lots of overs. We know that Bangladesh have just come out of a T20 international series, so there needs to be a slight adjustment. There's plenty of time here.
Thought he could have done a little better with that. Anything past that fine leg fielder within the 30, he'd have gone for 4 runs, but he played it straight to the fielder.
So 4 men inside the 30-yard circle, plus the slip. Extra cover in mid-wicket, wanting to be nice and tight, just to try and prevent Shakib from turning over the strike. Often what happens on surfaces where there's a little bit of turn or there's a little bit of seam is batters are so watchful that they forget about the primary objective, which is to score. And they look to survive rather than score. And what tends to happen is that's good running. A little bit of a misfield, a little bit untidy from Ireland, and Bangladesh are aware and through.
Yeah, I can ill afford that. I think the bowler just didn't. He was behind, just to the side. Could have done better being behind the line of the ball and behind the stumps to stop that. Half-hearted attempt gives that extra run.
18 gone. 89 for 3. You just go back to the point about batters who start to look to survive when the surface is a little bit in the favour of the bowlers. Is what tends to happen then is when a bad ball is bowled, they miss out on the bad ball because the frame of mind is not an attacking one, it's a defensive one. Plenty of batting still to come. Mushfiqur Rahim, so much experience there. Yasir, who stood man alone for his team in the BPL really, with bats in hand, and then Tuskin in at 8. His heroics in the T20 internationals in England will live long in our memory. But this is an important partnership.
Absolutely. I think this partnership has got to take Bangladesh to a position of strength. I know the wickets favouring the bowlers, but I think it's a good test for the Bangladeshi batters. This is what you want. Because Praveen to the left is the curator. He's done a good job so far. Mainly based in Chattogram. So I think all and sundry will be reasonably pleased with what has been produced so far.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. You talk about a test for Bangladesh. The other thing that happens is you think about a team, the home side have been playing against England, one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world, across all 3 formats at the moment. And you come off a high of producing such wonderful cricket, and you can get a little bit complacent. I'm not suggesting they have got complacent, but you can. And that's when the coaching staff have to get the group together, refocus the group, and understand that Ireland are no pushovers. Let me tell you, not in one-day internationals, certainly. They've beaten the very best. They've beaten England, they've beaten South Africa. They hold their own on the biggest stage in this format of the game.
Absolutely, and I think in addition to the wicket can be a little testing. He makes room for himself. That is a good looking shot. Going to be a bit of a teaser, and there's that commitment. Seen a lot of running after the ball by the Irish. They're pretty agile lot. Been pretty good in the field, except for a couple of occasions, but that can happen in a game of cricket. Just going back to that point about, in addition to the nature of the change of nature of the wicket, you're talking about that mindset of being a little complacent, and that will naturally come in. I think you just can't avoid it. But with the 3 wickets down, it's a wake-up call. It's time to come out of that. 19 done, 94 for 3.
Detector didn't bowl his finest over in the his previous one, and it looks like he's going to get hooked here. They're going to go back to seam, so tough school out there for the Irish. One bad over and you're gone.
I think actually they'll also have to manage, particularly the pace bowlers, with the hot muggy conditions here. Not something that they're used to, so it'll take a toll on their fitness. The pace bowlers, I think Andrew Balbirnie is going to rotate them 2 or 3 over spells and then get someone in. Bangladesh will be looking to maybe get a move on now. 4.95 the current rate.
Curtis Comfer is back into the attack. He's actually went to a very famous fast bowling school, just to let you know, in that he went to a school by the name of St. Stidians in South Africa, which produced one Kagiso Rabada. So another fast bowler who played for South Africa, did well against Australia, actually got the name of David Tobruga. Very strong sporting school from Gauteng, South Africa, St. Stidians. That's Curtis Comfer's alma mater before making the move across to Ireland.
And it seems to have worked. I mean, it's worked pretty hard with that last ball. Really put the seed of doubt on the batter's mind. Yeah, when you come through that kind of a tutelage and training, it always helps your career.
There's actually a nice story about that school. So around their first 11 cricket field, if you get a fifer as a bowler or you get 100, they plant a tree in recognition of your achievement. Now what's interesting is Kagiso Rabada never got a fifer at school, but when he got his first one for South Africa, he went to the school and he said, please can I just have a tree? And they duly accepted and planted a tree for Kagiso Rabada.
No.
Shakib on the edge of a big milestone here. Needs just a single to go to 7,000 one-day international runs. And that's to go along with his thousands of wickets and catches that he's taken. What an incredible all-round performer he has been for his country in all forms of the game. This will be it. That's 7,000. 7,000 is a whole heap of runs for Shakib Al Hasan.
Sure is. And he is still going strong. That is the best part about it. Is you feel that with 7,000 runs, 300 wickets, you'd have been pretty comfortable. He's got this hunger for wickets, runs, being on the top. Congratulations, Shakib Al Hasan, on 7,000 ODI runs. The crowd have just realized it, cheering him on.
Oh, again, very alert, Tawad Radoy. Very, very alert to what is going on around him. Steals a single, end of the 20th, 97 for 3. He's got some way to get to Tommy Iqbal, but you wouldn't put it past him, would you? He's that good a performer. Shakib Al Hasan has 7,000 one-day international runs.
With Mushfiqur Rahim coming next, needs a century in this match to reach the 7,000 mark. 900s, average of 37. This has been a mastercraft from Shakib Al Hasan, and add to that this whole heap of wickets that you're talking about, HD. A classy performer, one of the best all-rounders ever in the world. Wants to carry on at this lovely ground. Going at 4.85, the Irish will be reasonably pleased, but just keeping the run rate in check, taking regular wickets.
Gareth Delaney, are they going to spin as well? Andy McBride, who bowled nicely. It's very seldom a game where Andy McBride doesn't bowl nicely. Very consistent off spinner. But now we're going to have some wrist spin. Maybe with wrist spin there can be the old respite for Bangladesh with a few half trackers.
I wouldn't be too sure. They'll have to watch out for the googlies. Not used to playing leggies regularly in the domestic circuit.
Good start,
You actually mentioned that. You mentioned that on air during the T20 internationals against England, because they had Rayan Ahmed and they had Adil Rashid, and you mentioned that in Bangladesh they don't produce a lot of wrist spin, which is surprising considering it's such a spin-friendly country.
Absolutely. Just over the years, no real leg spinners have really made a steady name for himself. A gentleman called Alok Kapali from this part of the world, from Sylhet, played for the national team for a long period of time. Even did a bit of with the bat, I understand, in one of the Dhaka Premier League games yesterday. But not too much to talk about and being consistent about. One of the reasons for that, HT, is I think the teams, the owners of teams and the franchises are not too keen on giving leg spinners the opportunity. And when you emulate success, they have come mainly from left-arm orthodox in terms of spin or offies. So if someone had really bowled like Adil Rashid or Shane Warne, someone to emulate, that also has not happened. So a lot of youngsters do not take the option of trying and bowling leg spin.